Hi, Sarah. Have you ever wondered how banks actually work?
Hey, John. Yeah, I have, but it's a bit overwhelming. There are so many types of banks and services. Where do we even start?
True. Let's start with the basics. Banks primarily function to safeguard people's money, right? They also lend money to individuals and businesses.
That makes sense. But how do they make money themselves?
Good question. Banks make profits mainly through interest. For example, when you save money in a bank, they pay you a small interest. But when they lend money, they charge borrowers a higher interest. The difference between these rates is their profit.
Ah, so that's why savings accounts have lower interest rates compared to loans.
Exactly. Speaking of savings, have you ever thought about the different types of accounts banks offer?
Yeah, I know there's a savings account and a checking account. What's the main difference?
A savings account is mainly for saving money, and you usually earn some interest on it. A checking account, on the other hand, is used for daily transactions, like paying bills or shopping. It doesn't always come with interest.
Got it. But what about credit cards? How do they tie into the banking system?
Credit cards are a type of loan. When you use a credit card, the bank pays the merchant for you, and you repay the bank later, usually with interest if you don't pay the full amount by the due date.
Oh, I see. So, banks rely heavily on people borrowing money to make profits.
Exactly. Banks also offer other services like mortgages, investment accounts, and insurance.
That's interesting. I've also heard about online banking. How does that compare to traditional banking?
Online banking is super convenient. You can check your balance, transfer money, and pay bills from your phone or computer. However, some people prefer traditional banking because they like face-to-face interaction.
Makes sense. But what about security? Is online banking safe?
It's generally safe as long as you follow basic precautions, like using strong passwords and avoiding public Wi-Fi for transactions. Banks use encryption and other security measures to protect your information.
Good to know. One last question. What's the deal with central banks?
Central banks, like the Federal Reserve in the U.S., oversee the entire banking system. They control monetary policy, regulate commercial banks, and ensure economic stability.
That's a lot to take in, but it's fascinating. Thanks for breaking it down, John.
Anytime, Sarah. Banking is an essential part of our lives, so it's good to understand how it all works.